Hi there, I'm Andrea Koppel, and it's Time for Coffee, the podcast where you get to hear firsthand what the jobs and careers that interest you the most are really like. Hey there, Java junkies. Welcome to another K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. By the way, K-Cups come in 3 sizes, single, double, and triple shots, or roughly 1 minute, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes in length. So if you don't have time to throw back an entire caffeinated career conversation, these K-Cup mini episodes of T4C can give you a quick caffeinated fix, whether you're on the go or you only have a few minutes to binge. So grab your mug and take a chug, because it's time for a caffeinated career double shot K-Cup with my guest, Zane Homsi. So could you tell us a bit more about the 2-year strategy and analytics training program that you're about to start year 2 of? You mentioned moving around to different teams. Why don't you put that in a little context in terms of how the training program works?
Yeah, happy to. And I'll just preface all of this by, I apologize if this sounds kind of salesy. I just really love the program. But basically what the SNA program, Strategy and Analytics, is it is a 2-year, 4-rotation program where each rotation is 6 months, where you rotate throughout the company, trying different parts of the company, right? Because we have different products and lines of businesses, as well as different job functions, right? So you can go all the way from marketing in January towards data science and analytics in September, and just really tried a number of things. And so the reason it sticks out to me a lot of the times, and I'll be pretty candid about this one, is I found myself walking into my senior year not knowing what I wanted to do at all. I knew it was interesting, but I was just kind of in a moment where I was like, geez, I should really figure this out. And I heard about a program where I could basically spend 2 years to figure that out for a living. And it's been really great. Have learned a lot about myself, professionally and based on my interests. And I think that if you are someone who's broadly interested in business or tech, that this is the program to seek out.
Amazing. And you said in the Espresso Shots interview that it's not the only training program like this that exists. There are other programs very similar to this at other companies.
That's exactly right. Granted, I will say the asterisk I'll put on that comment is basically at a lot of other companies, you might find a rotation program that rotates you within one job area. So let's say, for instance, in the context of tech, there's this type of role that's called a product manager. And other companies have a rotational product manager program, but you'll be a product manager for 2 years versus in the SNA program, you will truly change job functions and put on different hats for 2 years. And so I think the value out of this compared to others is that you really, you don't necessarily silo yourself, if that makes sense. You have the freedom of choice throughout.
Amazing. So how can someone apply for the program and when should they apply, Zane?
Sure. So how does one apply? We host our application through LinkedIn. Surprise. But that link is pretty widely shared out. And if you either connect with me or follow me on LinkedIn, when that application goes live, I'll certainly be sharing it. So that's one place to find it. And then when we usually start our recruiting process sort of in the mid to late summer with a target of recruiting students in the early fall of their senior year. Unfortunately, we only have a full-time position as well. There's no internship variant of the program.
Got it. And it's pretty small, right? Is it 10 or 12 people?
Right. So class sizes vary. They do tend to be small. So there are 7 analysts in my class. There are 4 in the class above me. And there were, I believe, 8 in the class above them. So it does tend to be a little bit on the smaller side. That is true.
Thanks for tuning in to this K-Cup mini episode of Time for Coffee. If you want to listen to our entire caffeinated career conversation, please check out the show notes for this episode. Thanks so much for listening to Time for Coffee, where the professionals in the jobs that most interest you always have time to grab coffee, 24/7, no matter where you live. I have one quick favor to ask you. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to Time for Coffee. Thanks so much.